Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good evening. Good evening. What's up? This is your brother, Chief Kalanago Flying Eagle. Let me make sure that I have some type of audio on Facebook. Give me 1 second. All right. I'm not gonna make this video too long. All right, I promise. I always say this and I get carried away. You know what I'm saying? But audio is good on Facebook. Okay, so I'm basically going to just give you guys some predictions based on how I see things going. And it's always good to be prepared. It's always good to be prepared. A lot of times, especially for people who call themselves being woke or people who are actually waking up, when they hear the term money, people tend to get a little bit, how would I put it? They take this whole money concept to a whole different level. Let's just keep it real, right? Like I tell people, I'm a realist. Okay, I know that yes, I'm in this world and I'm not of this world. I know that, and I know all this is an illusion. But however, while you're living the illusion, within the illusion, it's real. Okay, to your five senses, the life that you live in is real. You see what I'm saying? And I don't think, even if, religious dogma teaches that you should live your best life after you die or wait to go to a place called heaven to live your best life. To me, that just doesn't make sense at all. You see what I'm saying? Like, why would you manifest here in the flesh, right? To have an experience, whether you live for 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 50 years, 100, 110, it doesn't matter. My question is, why would you manifest here in the flesh to experience this illusion and want to live your worst life and then look forward to living your best life after you so-called die in a place called heaven? Once again, to me, that doesn't make sense. I'm a logical thinker. I don't do belief systems. So what am I saying? I'm saying this: money or some form of money has always existed, right? We could go back to the barter system. We could go to gold. We could go to silver. People used to trade, beans and corn and animals. People even used to use their children as a form of currency. Like, typical example, right? A family would be wealthy, right? Another family would be wealthy. They would actually trade children and get married, okay, so that the wealth stay in the family. The point I'm making is this, right? We live in an era where money is a necessity. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you could go live in the wilderness and in the jungle, and hey, then you could do that if that works for you. You see what I'm saying? But if you want to live in this real illusionary world, and yes, I know that may sound a little bit contradictory, real illusionary world. It is an illusion, yes, but it's real to your five senses, right? So why not live your best life? You see what I'm saying? Why struggle, okay, and wait till you die to get your gold at the golden gates? You see what I'm saying? To me, that doesn't even make sense. So my thing is this: I'm gonna live my best life and live the best illusion that I can. You see what I'm saying? In other words, I'm going to fake it until I make it. What do I mean by that? I'm not talking about being a fake individual. No, I know this world is fake, meaning that it's an illusion, but I'm going to live my best life. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to live my best life. What does that mean? It means that I'm going to eat the best foods. I'm going to work out. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to make sure I look good, make sure I feel good, because that's what this is about. That's what the illusion is about. Becoming a better you, not just physically, not just financially, yes, spiritually. That's what we are striving for, to step back into perfection. You see what I'm saying? But even in perfection, there's imperfection. You see what I'm saying? And people don't realize that there's no such thing as perfect, because for there to be perfect, then you have to know about imperfect. So people are looking for this perfect heaven that doesn't exist. You see what I'm saying? And that's just facts, because you have a mind, okay? A mind that have a lot of jewels in there, okay? And that's why when you hear of a diamond mine or a gold mine or a silver mine or a Bitcoin mine, you see what is that telling you? It's telling you that the jewels are actually in the mind. But yet still we have a mind and we are not using those jewels that's in our mind so that we could live our best lives. You see, we use our mind to be attracted to negativity, gossip, you know, distractions. Everything is a distraction, my brothers and sisters. That's just what it is, because the people that control, or the people who are in so-called power, I don't call them, you know, the ruling force. They don't rule me. You see what I'm saying? Yes, they may make decisions that could impact my life by preventing me from doing certain things, but you don't rule me. You see what I'm saying? I am a free man and I know what that feels like. But at the same time, I have to leave my mark on the world, where I have to create a legacy. You know what I'm saying? I have to create a legacy, you know, and I'm going to announce this for the first time. You see what I'm saying? I have a son, and everybody know, for the most part, if you have seen my videos, you know about my son. But I told my son, hey, I'm too young to be a grandfather. But guess what? My son made me a grandfather, you know, April 19th, for the very first time. And I'm proud of that. You know, he had a son. So that's my legacy. You see what I'm saying? That I'm building. You feel me? So I cannot afford to not pass anything down to my son and his son. I have to create that legacy. You see what I'm saying? So I want you to see where this world is going. This world is stepping into a realm of automation. Okay? Robots are going to take over, whether we like it or not. You see what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters, when you don't have the financial power, when you don't have the economic power, then you are subjected to the people who do, whether you want to believe it or not. You see, once again, I live in a real world. You see what I'm saying? If you don't have the money, you cannot buy food. And even if you're growing your food, you still got to buy fertilizer, right? You got to buy machinery. So the point is, you need money to do what you got to do. It's a necessity. I'm not saying you have to make it your God. I'm not saying you have to make it your savior, but it's a necessary tool that you need to do what you got to do. You feel what I'm saying? So don't cut your nose to spite your face. What does that mean? That's something that my grandmother always told me. You see what I'm saying? Even if you know that it's an illusion, and yes, we know we're indigenous, don't live a life where you're miserable because you feel money is evil. Money is not evil. It's the people who control the money that's evil. You see what I'm saying? It's like saying a gun is evil. A gun is not evil until somebody picks it up and shoots somebody. You see what I'm saying? So what am I saying? I'm showing you that if you pay attention to where the world is going, okay, they are stepping more into an illusion, because that's what this world is. So they have to make it the perfect illusion. And how do you make it the perfect illusion? By creating more illusion that will appear real to the five senses. You know what I'm saying? You see, me, I'm a deep thinker. You know what I mean? Because I use my mind. Okay? I'm not just an intellectual being, I'm a man of wisdom. Okay? I'm a man of intelligence. Why? Because I came from a source of intelligence. You feel me? I'm not an intellectual being. Mankind, they are intellectual being. I came straight from the source, this, which is called intelligence. So that's already within my makeup. So I tap into that. And I think beyond the realm of, well, you could only use 10% of your mind. No. You see what I'm saying? But let us go back to where things are going, right? This system is going into automation, whether you like it or not. You know, you could complain as much as you want. You could post on Facebook as much as you want. It's not going to change anything, because that's where it's going. You see what I'm saying? So that's number one. Automation is taking over the world, right? They're going to create more of an illusion. Well, Chief Kalanago, what do you mean by that? They're going to create more of what's called a metaverse, okay? Why do you think they gave you the pandemic? To do a test run to see how people would react to being home, not being able to come into the public, but stay home and get comfortable. They're setting you up for that. Okay. Now, there's a shortage of baby milk. Then they're going to have a shortage of food. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to push the economy more into what's called a deeper depression. And that's done intentionally. Why? Because they want to introduce what's called UI, which is or UBI, universal basic income. So what they're going to do is they're going to make sure automation, robots take over the entire world so that people will not work. Robots are going to replace you. So now you don't have a need to work or make money. But however, for your basic necessities, they will put you on the system called UBI. Look it up. Universal basic income. Whether you like it or not, that's what they're going to force on you. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's another clue. You see all these shootings going around the country. All right? Okay? Okay, somebody said, hold up. I don't understand what you were saying, but down the line, as you were speaking, I can understand what you're saying. I think about they're trying to say material things nowadays. This world is very materialistic. If we go back, that. Well, okay. Well, I'm glad you caught up, right? So once again, I'm not saying don't grow your own food. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. The more autonomy you could have, okay, meaning that if you could be autonomous, all right, meaning that you're able to take care of yourself and your family without the help of the government, man, more power to you. That's a beautiful thing, right? But I'm showing you the direction that the world is going, where they're going to force people, not directly, but indirectly. Because take, for instance, right? They come into our neighborhoods, right? They run down the neighborhoods, okay? They give it a bad reputation. The value of real estate goes down in the neighborhood, right? Then they buy it up and then they raise the prices on real estate to drive our people out. Now, they are not doing it directly, but indirectly. The results, okay, or the effect of what they are doing happens because of the action that they do. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going to happen. All right. So, number one, automation. Robots are going to take over every single job. You're going to have automated trucks on the road. You're going to have the cars. And guess what? Eventually, all cars are going to be automated, whether you like it or not, because they will pass some type of law, which is not a law, but anyway, a code, a statute or code that's going to say, well, you know what? This is good for the environment, global warming, blah, 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 blah. We need cars that is all you have to do is relax yourself. You see what I'm saying? And if they catch you with a car that you are driving manually, then you'll get a ticket. You see what I'm saying? It's part of the control. So automation is the first thing, right? Then the UBI, universal basic income. It means that when the robots take over, and trust me, these robots have a lot of intelligence. You see what I'm saying? They are even making them, well, I would say intellect, right? They are making them more intellectual, or what we call smarter than humans. Because what they're doing now is you could get a robot and they're literally taking Google, right? And they're going to program Google into the robot. So now you could ask your robot anything. And even the robots, they have the ability to lie. But the robots are saying that they will only lie for the better good. Now, my question is, who decides what's the better good? You see what I'm saying? And that could be a dangerous realm that we are stepping into. So automation is coming. So therefore, no more jobs, but for people to be a little more complacent, they're going to give them that basic income. And people will comply. Why? Because people realize I ain't got to work and I could stay home and the government give me what, $300-400 a month and I'm good. A lot of people will go for that. You see what I'm saying? Because people are sheep. So that's number two, right? Number three, I was talking about the guns, right? What they're going to do now, you see they had all the shootings, okay? Now, whether you believe it's a conspiracy or not, I'm going to let you be the judge of that, right? But with all the shootings, what they're going to do eventually is that they're going to pass laws to conceal and carry. So what's going to happen now, right? It's only going to be the people with money that will be able to have guns. Only people with money will be able to travel at will because now you are on a universal basic income. You see what I'm saying? Robots have taken over and you could only do so much because you don't have the financial power. So basically, they are putting people into a voluntary, involuntary form of servitude or slavery. You see what I'm saying? It's like they're doing it in a very subliminal way. They're not doing it directly, but the actions that are being taken, they are putting people or pushing them in a very subtle way. Because these people are very tactful. They want to avoid a revolution. You see what I'm saying? They're going to avoid a war. So they have to give the people just enough. You see what I'm saying? It's like the horse and the carriage and the carrot. And that's the type of life a lot of people are living right now, right? Here goes, you are the horse, right? And your boss, he's sitting in the carriage with a whip, and you're going as hard as you can, and he's beating you. Whack, whack, whack. When you get tired, what he does, he take a carrot and he puts the carrot in front of your face. You see what I'm saying? Now, while you're running, the carrot keep moving, and you thinking you will eventually bite the carrot and eat, but it's an illusion. So people are just so used to the illusion, it has become their reality. You see what I'm saying? It has become the norm. So people are going to fall for it. Trust me, it's coming. So it's only the people, once again, that could afford that's going to live that life. They're going to get rid of the middle class. So it's gonna be poor and rich. And the rich is gonna make sure the poor just have enough. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I think that we have, or people have, at least 2 to 5 years, okay, before this thing go into full swing. But I'm telling you, before 2030, it's going to be in full swing, guaranteed. The laws are going to change, statutes and codes are going to change. I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to be real out here. You feel me? So what I suggest, again, this is not financial advice. My suggestion is y'all have to get away from the mentality of you cannot work together and build with people. You see what I'm saying? You're going to have to learn to build little groups, create little communities where you could take care of yourself, because I'm telling you, it's going to get rough. And I'm not saying that because of fear. That's not what I'm injecting. You see what I'm saying? I'm not injecting that. I'm just letting you know what's coming so you could prepare yourself. If you know a hurricane is coming, then you're going to go to Home Depot and get materials to make sure you secure your home. You feel me? So I'm just letting you know what's coming. And it's one or two choices. You could sit around and get that universal basic income and just be controlled. Or you could put yourself in a position to be one of the people that could do what you want because you could afford to do it. You see what I'm saying? Because guess what? Things are going to be expensive. You dig? It's going to be expensive for real. And that's because they're pushing everybody into a position where inflation is going to be so high that you cannot afford anything. So now you are you are dependent on the government to take care of everything. And that's where they're pushing people. You see what I'm saying? However, the people who they have a business, they understand the tax codes, they know exactly what to do. I promise you, they're going to be living a better life. You see what I'm saying? So what I would suggest is, listen, man, you know, come together, whether it may be 1, 2, 3 people, even if it's by yourself, form a corporation, form a business, learn the tax code so you can learn the deductions. As an employee, you only have about 3 to 4 tax deductions. You see what I'm saying? But when you have a small business, you have over 474 tax deductions. You dig? Over 474. And there are ways where if you have a business, you see what I'm saying? If you have a business, you are able to, how would I put it? You're able to create a trust, and any profit that the trust make, you could gift it to the trust, and that becomes tax deductible. You see what I'm saying? So there's so many ways to do it the right way. You feel me? And still be on top. When you travel, instead of taking, vacations, you could do a business vacation, a business trip. that is tax deductible. 54 cents on your gas. You know what I'm saying? Part of your rent, part of your gas bill, your light bill. At the ending of the year on December 31st, if you buy a vehicle that weighs over a certain amount of tons, then that's a complete write-off because it's a business write-off. You know what I'm saying? Like you could buy a truck, you know what I'm saying, from December 31st. And even if you pay $60,000 for that, that is a tax write-off because it's a business expense, because they have incentives at the ending of the year. If you buy certain amount of a certain like certain vehicles that weigh a certain amount, then you get it as a deduction. But all those things you could ask, an accountant, a professional about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an accountant. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not giving any type of financial advice. I'm just showing you what direction this is going. So for me personally, what I'm doing is I'm making sure my credit is on point. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with a realtor. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking to buy my first home so I could rent it out. You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is I'm preparing myself. I don't want to wait last minute and be like, wow, Chief, you knew this was coming. Now you have to depend on these people to feed your son or to take care of yourself. Now, I don't want to do that. You see what I'm saying? I'm very proactive. That's why I don't get caught up in distractions. You see what I'm saying? I don't do that. If you go down to I'm talking about years go back, go on my YouTube, whether it's my Facebook, you'll see that I was never about no type of BS. I was always teaching. I was always, posting things to build people because that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. So I'm saying this to say that pay attention, okay, to what's happening. Success leave clues, but failure also leave clues. And you could see where, yes, we may say that the corporation is dissolving. Yes, that may be the case. But when it dissolves, then how are you going to take care of your family? If the corporation dissolves, trust me, they already have something in place to still control the people. Why? Because we as indigenous people, we are not coming together, and this is a perfect opportunity for us to step up and make our voice be heard. You know what I'm saying? But we have so many distractions. You feel me? Where I guarantee you, soon enough, the rainbow color is going to be the next flag of the United States. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if other organizations are stepping up, don't blame them or be mad at them when it's in your face. It's being pushed in your face because you're not stepping up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at people who understand the game. Don't hate the game. Don't hate the player. Hate the game or learn the game. You see what I'm saying? So this is a message to everybody. Don't matter where you at. You have to realize that every so-called country is a nation state, meaning that it's a corporation. Okay, it is not. It is not one of. It's not a country in the aspect of it being how would I put it, de jure. Okay, it is literally de facto. All right, where they are all operating on what's called color of law. So every so-called country in the Americas, around the world, okay, they are not countries, they are not nations, they are corporations. So always keep that in mind. It's always business first, and they will do anything so that the business will either succeed or fail whenever it meets their end goal. Okay, it's always about the end to them, the end goal. You feel me? The bottom line. It's always about the bottom line when it comes to business. And people take all this personal. You know what I'm saying? You want to vote, you want to do all that, and you get mad. Well, Republicans is better than Democrats. Democrats is better than Republicans. My brothers and sisters, left wing, right wing, same bird. They're no different. You see what I'm saying? It's like you thinking the devil and God is different. It's like you thinking good and evil is different. It's like you thinking up and down is different. It's like you thinking your left arm is different from your right arm, but it's on the same body. You see what I'm saying? God and Satan is the same body, but that might go over some heads. You dig what I'm saying? The point I'm making is you have to prepare yourself, okay, to put yourself in a position, okay, learn to work with individuals. Let us get away from the mentality that we cannot work with each other, that we cannot trust each other. Guess what? It's either you're going to have to learn to trust your brother or your sister or keep trusting the government. And you already know they don't have your best interest at heart. You feel me? I would rather a brother or a sister play me than the government play me. Not that I would want anybody to play me, but I'm just saying. You see what I'm saying? At least one of us is going to get ahead. You feel me? But my thing is, find some way to create some type of passive income, some type of cash flow, and stop flossing, stop wasting money. Learn to invest. Learn to take $1 and turn it into $5. Take that $5 and learn to turn it into 20, into 50, into 100, because $1 saved is $1 earned, or $1 earned is $1 saved, whichever way you want to say. The point I'm making is, okay, if you have $10, don't take that $10 and go spend it or blow it off. You see what I'm saying? Always learn to take at least 40% of that and invest it so that you could get a return on that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And I promise you, yeah, running away is not going to solve anything. Don't matter where you go, it's the same thing, because literally it's a global system. They're all connected. Okay. I promise you, if you go to Europe right now and they put your name in the computer, your information will come up. So don't be deceived. You see what I'm saying? The one world system is already here. Okay. It's been here. You did. So it's nothing we could run away from. However, we could stand on our square, okay, and stand up and fight. When I say fight, I'm talking about hold our own. You see what I'm saying? Hold our own. And we could do that. We could do that. And the truth of the matter is, it's only the strong that's going to survive this. This is not for the meek. This is not for the weak. This is not for the sheep. You dig? This is for the strong. People who are willing to say, nah, you know what? I'm not going to let you run me over. Nah, I'm going to stand up and do what I got to do. And trust me, eventually there will be a revolution. Eventually, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? But until then, until the masses get it, you have to put yourself in a position where you're able to take care of your family. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. All I could do is just give you the information, give you the knowledge. You do what you want with it. All right. This is not any type of financial advice or legal advice. I'm just letting you know what's coming. You dig? There's always a plan. What you have to realize is, okay, the system always has a plan and they always work their plan. The difference with us is we have plans, but we never work our plans because we are too busy distracted. You see what I'm saying? People don't get focused. And that's why I tell people the journey for me is a journey where I'm alone, in a sense where I have to make these moves. I'm not lonely because I got good people in my corner, but at the same time, it's a journey that I have to travel my path. You see what I'm saying? Because I know what shoes I got to put my feet in. You feel me? So you have to learn to identify that. Choose a path and make sure that it's working for you. If it's not working for you, then guess what? Switch it up, because things have sped up so much that things are manifesting faster than they were manifesting. I'm going to give you a typical example, okay? Just 2 weeks ago, I started working and saying, you know what, man, I got to get my credit back on point. I got to do this. I got to buy a house. And I put that out there in the universe. I told myself what type of house I wanted, like a three family. You know what I'm saying? I told myself what part of Brooklyn I wanted that. Guess what? I got a call today, okay, from my godmother. She's a realtor, and she said, Chief, I have a gentleman who want to show you a house. Guess what? I went to see the house, right? And what a small world. I knew the gentleman. Okay. I used to be a bouncer, right? He used to be a bouncer in the same club. Like, we never really spoke, but we knew each other. You see what I'm saying? And the house is like 1.1 million. But I'm getting it for like about 750, 800, which is a steal. Okay. I'm talking about prime location. The hospital is right next to it. You know what I'm saying? It has it has a garage for 2 cars. I'm talking right here in Brooklyn. So I'm working on what I got to work on in terms of getting, my finances together in terms of my credit And the program that I'm doing it with is she showed me a program where if you have a business, so with your business credit and your credit together, okay, there's a program for first time buyers. You're able to get that to buy a house. You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is I literally put that out there in the universe about 2.5 to 3 weeks ago, thinking I'm telling myself, because she was telling me, like, you know what, Chief, you'll probably start getting something like about, October, November, December, and I just put it out there in the universe, and I literally described exactly what I wanted. And then I got the call in less than a week that something was already available. Why am I saying this? I'm not saying this to impress you, but I'm saying it to impress upon you that you have to be mindful with the words that you speak. You have to be mindful with your affirmations, because things are happening at a rapid pace. You want to change your life? Speak it. I promise you. Speak it and just know, not believe, but just know that it's your reality. And I promise you it's going to happen. That's how much control and power that you have with the mind that you have inside of your brain, inside of your skull, inside of your head. Okay? It doesn't matter how big or how small your head is, you got a mind. And that's the most powerful thing that you have. And I promise you, you could manifest your life could change in a week, 2 weeks, a month. Literally, you have to put the affirmations out there and just say that I am, I have, speak it like you already have it. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, it's not a belief system. It's know that it's yours. And that's exactly what I did. And boom. And I've already confirmed that I'm going to get that house. I'm going to close on that house. It's mine. I already claimed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to rent the first floor, the second floor, and the third floor. And I'm going to renovate the basement. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give my son, one room. I'm going to keep one. And then boom. But the first 3 floors, I'm going to rent that out. And that's what I got to do, because we have to create some type of passive income. You see, we were taught to go to school, get good grades, and get good jobs. You know what I'm saying? I taught my son to go to school, get good grades, and open up a business. You see, I taught him different. And now he has a son. Now it's my responsibility to pass that on to make sure that his son will be better than him. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing. I'm building that legacy. I'm creating that legacy. And too many times, we get a paycheck of $400 and we take $100 to buy groceries, and the other 300 we go splurge with it. You know what I'm saying? We buy games, sneakers, and all that. And we don't realize that we need to take at least 40% or 20% or even 10% of your check, invest that into something so it could create some passive income. We were not taught that. That is something I had to learn on my own. And I'm thankful that my mother always had businesses. So she taught me the spirit of entrepreneurship. So I'm very thankful to my mom for that. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, have something where even if when you go to bed, you're going to wake up richer than when you went to sleep. You see what I'm saying? That's how you start building wealth. That's how you start teaching your children. You feel me? Because we have a new generation and they know that this generation is different. That's why they're going to tighten up on their codes. And those codes always affect people who look like us. But if you have your game on, you know what you're doing. If you know the game, you learn the game, you study the game, I promise you, okay, it will not become your reality. You see what I'm saying? Because my reality is not the reality of people that don't have these positive affirmations. You see what I'm saying? My reality is not the reality of a black man, because I'm not black. So the things that happen to black people don't happen to me. You see what I'm saying? So it's all a matter of what you speak into your life. You are your own architect. You are your own designer. You are your own producer. You are your own choreographer. You are your own director. You are your own writer. You're the one writing that script. And if you don't realize that you are the director and the producer of your own life, then you're expecting, Tyler Perry to do it for you. You're expecting Will Smith to do it for you. No, that's their movie. You see what I'm saying? Tyler Perry have his own studio. My question is to you is, where's your studio? It ain't got to be a 25 million or $2.5 billion studio. No. Sometimes the best beats are made in the basement. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about the soul. what you put into it, the conviction. You hold on for a second. Yes.
Where's mommy?
Your mom went to Jersey, so they'll be here shortly. I just spoke to them.
Alright.
You okay? You need something?
Huh?
What you need?
Nothing?
You okay?
Yes.
Okay, all right, good. You want some water?
Yes, please.
Go in the refrigerator to see if you could get one, okay?
Right.
All right. Yeah, that's my nephew. Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm so fortunate that I have women in my life. All the women in my life treat me like a king. You know why? Because I treat them like queens. I do anything and everything for them. The women in my life, they don't struggle. No matter what it is. My mother could call me any time of the day, any time of the night. I don't care what I'm doing. I got to stop it and make sure my mom is good. My sisters, my nieces, because you know what? I want to teach them how a man is supposed to teach them or treat them. You see what I'm saying? I don't care if it's 12 o'clock and I'm laying down. My niece call me, uncle, I want you to pick me up from work. I'm picking her up. You see what I'm saying? Because and that's another reason why our women, a lot of our women have lost so much faith in our men because we don't treat them the way they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know even if I know they are fortunate because of the way I treat them, but I'm the fortunate one because I'm just fortunate in the sense that I see how they are and I see how they treat me. You see what I'm saying? And they treat me like royalty. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just so thankful. I'm fortunate. And that's why I have so much respect for women because I know that women are the prize. I know that they're the prize. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of men will not see that because a lot of women are damaged. And they're damaged because of the way that men treated them. We have to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you have one or two that's trifling. Yes, it is what it is, right? No basket of apple is perfect, right? But for the majority of women, they're good women. You see what I'm saying? And then they run into dudes that are knuckleheads and treat them a certain way. And now they have to protect themselves in a certain way. And then all of a sudden, they become a spoiled apple. So I'm saying all that to say is, as men, we have to start treating our women. Start with the women in your family. Treat them like they're the prize. Treat them like they're special. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to do that because they are. You feel me? You have to do that. And it's just so amazing to see my nieces, man, when they go out, the way they represent themselves, the way they dress, the way they talk. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing. And the respect they have for their uncle. You know what I'm saying? So I'm highly favored, man. I'm highly favored. What people might say blessed. I'm not be less. I am highly favored. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a beautiful thing. And I tell people, you create your own reality. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, know that you are in control. It doesn't matter how much you go down on your knees and pray. When it's all said and done, you have to make it happen. Nobody else. You see what I'm saying? Nobody else but you. I'm not saying that you cannot acknowledge a higher power. I'm not saying that no, you could do all that. But when it's all said and done, you are the architect of all what it is. You feel me? Because you are the designer of your life. Even before you manifested here in the flesh, okay, you already created a blueprint of what your life was going to be. You feel me? But because we are not aware of that, we come here and we want to blame God or the devil for the good or the bad. When the truth of the matter is, you are the one that already prescripted your life. So whether you go left or right, that's what it was supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? I hear people say, "Oh, well, man, it's a good thing I changed my mind." Nah, you didn't change your mind. Okay, that was part of your script. Because you see what I'm saying? You cannot change your mind. Your mind is already set. You feel what I'm saying? All you could do is act upon the things that you think of. It's already there. You see what I'm saying? It's already there. There's nothing you could do to change your path. You see what I'm saying? Even if it may seem that way to the conscious mind. You see what I'm saying? You didn't change your path. You just fell into line with where you were supposed to be or where you were meant to go. Because it was you already pre-scripted. You already wrote that script trillions and millions and billions of years ago. Okay? And now you are here going through it again. And a lot of us have reincarnated in so many different ways that we might have been a plant, you might have been an animal, you know what I'm saying? And then you are in your probably your sixth round of reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? But you still have another round to go because it's actually 7 rounds to complete the incarnation until you get it. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, a lot of us are actually on that 7th round so that when we reincarnate, we incarnate as a Christ, so to speak. And we have the option to come back as a Messiah or just literally transcend or ascend into another dimension. You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff is real. You dig? All that stuff is real. You feel me? Okay? All that stuff is real. You feel me? So just know that you are great and you are amazing. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. It doesn't matter, whether you have a scar on your left eye. It doesn't matter what it is. Remember that you are never the body. You are never the host. I'm not saying walk around busted. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is, regardless of how you feel, when you look at yourself, know that the inside is what's beautiful. Okay? And if you feel beautiful on the inside, it will give you motivation to want to feel beautiful on the outside because everything always starts from within. Remember, the world, like they always say the world started with an explosion. The world did not start with an explosion. The world started with an implosion. Okay? Okay? With an implosion, meaning that it started from within. Okay? And it manifested from without. So always know is that you are beautiful from within, and that beauty have to emanate from the inside so that people could see it on the outside. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I'm able to see people's beauty, regardless of what the physical body look like. I sense and see the aura, the beauty of what's inside. You dig? So know that you are beautiful, and don't matter what the government does, that is, let them do what they have to do. Okay? Everybody have a role to play. Know that you are your own government. Because why? Because all government means is the control of the mind, control of the mental. That's what government is. Government. Okay? Ment is a prefix of mental. Okay? So that's why you have governmental agencies that govern the mind or the mental. So just know that you are your own government. You are your own institution. You create your own constitution. Your constitution is built within your own physical body. Or you see what I'm saying? But because man has gotten so far from his constitution that now you have governments making constitutions to control the man when the man is supposed to be controlling the governments. So man has lost their way. Okay? But too many people are trying to change the world and not change themselves. You see what I'm saying? So you have to change yourself. And if every individual focus on changing himself or herself, then the world will change. You see what I'm saying? We cannot change the world. But I want you to make the world a better place. No, the world is already a perfect place. You are the one that's imperfect. The world is perfect because Mother Nature is perfect. She's gonna do what she was created to do. You see what I'm saying? She's gonna feed you one day, and she's gonna bring a hurricane the next day and wipe everybody out. That's Mother Nature. She is very unpredictable, and I love her. And that's why I comprehend her so well. We have a symbiotic relationship because I could go ahead and put things out there in the universe and she gives it to me. You see what I'm saying? Because I planted the seed. You feel me? So we have that kind of relationship. So I know how to respect her. You did. So once you put yourself in a position and you start learning how to master self, then you start having more respect for yourself. Then you start having more respect for people. You start manifesting greater things and bigger things for your life. You did? And then you'll realize that you don't have to work so hard for the universe to provide for you. And how do I know all this work? Because I look at animals in nature. I don't see animals paying rent. I don't see animals buying food. And that's something I have to really think about. And I was like, well, Chief, how do you manifest those things? Well, just do like the animal. Don't worry about it. Just know that it's already there. And when I literally, put myself in that position to really comprehend that, my life started to change. And it's been about 10 to 12 years now, or probably about 15 years. I've been asking my higher self to teach me how to be like you, because I knew I wasn't the flesh. I knew that because I used to look at myself in the mirror and ask myself, who are you? Show me who you are. And I would see my face change. I would see my eyes color change. And it was scary at first. Okay. But I got used to it. And I started talking to my higher self. Teach me how to be like you. Teach me how to be like you. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, when I started doing that, I started becoming a better man, a better individual. You know what I'm saying? And things just started happening for me. No matter where I go, anywhere in the United States, somebody had a home for me. I was never hungry. I mean, it's just so amazing. That's why I said, you know what? I'm highly favored, and I know I have already found heaven. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to, die to experience heaven. I'm experiencing heaven right now because my life is beautiful. You see what I'm saying? And it may not be perfect because guess what? Heaven is not perfect. You see, that's what we're being taught. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're being taught because for us to experience heaven, you have to know what hell feels like. You see what I'm saying? So, yes, we are in hell, but at the same time, you could create your heaven and experience your heaven right where you are. And when you could put yourself in that position, you see what I'm saying? Guess what? You know that you'll be in a better place. And it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter who does what. It doesn't matter what the government does. Know that you will always be free. And they could never control you regardless of what they do. Yes, they may control the body, but don't allow them to control your mind. And that's where the true freedom is at. Okay? You write your constitution. You write your statutes and codes. Okay? You control your mental so that you could become your own government. And if every man and woman learn that, then I promise you the external government will fall because it starts from within. We need an implosion. We need evolution, not revolution. So we have to evolve. And it's all within your mind. Learn to wake up your 12 disciples, which is your faculties. They're all within your mind. Okay? Learn to wake them up and teach them how to be fishers of men. And I promise you, you will never be hungry again. All right? This is your brother, Chief Kalanago. I want to thank y'all for listening. And please, just be good. There are times when you have to be bad. That's just life. It's the world of duality. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, always be good. And good things will happen to you. All right? So you guys have a good one. And we'll talk soon. Talk to y'all. Take care.